damn, nigga.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Hey, what's going on, folks? We back again. We're going to do a short one today, man. We just want to go talk about this auto pen shit that's going on right now. Seems to be a problem with the investigation when it comes to the defense, because right now it's looking like Biden told on himself.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to see if this holds any base or is this just clickbait.
Honestly, I don't even know any fucking more, bro.
I mean, this is Black conservative perspective. Is he known for his clickbaiting?
No, Black conservative? Nah, honestly, not really. Nah, not
this
really.
Is Black conservative perspective.
Big shit, nigga. Black nigger perspective.
Perspective. Yeah, I'm just making changes in the thing. So you guys can follow this guy in the description. I have his link.
That's what an auto pen's supposed to be. To write to a young 7-year-old boy that writes to the president and he wants to be president someday and he loves America. That's what the auto pen's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be for signing major legislation and all the things. No, the auto pen, and I doubt he knew. I doubt they even spoke to him about it. I think they had, it's called a freewheeling auto pen. Like Biden was never for open borders. Biden was never for transgender for everyone. So I don't think I think the radical left people that took over the White House. And if I didn't win, our country was finished.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about a DC cover-up that the mainstream liberal media, they are conveniently ignoring, involving the Biden administration that clearly covered up the fact that Joe Biden was mentally declining and that he was not running the White House or the country, right? He was basically an empty suit in office as president of the United States. He wasn't making the final decisions. He had no clue what he was signing off on, and this is why he abused the use of the auto pen, because he didn't know what he was doing, and he just let his staffers basically make decisions for him, right? So again, you had a bunch of
yes, sir.
You remember what I said a long time ago about conspiracies?
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories.
Uh-huh.
So to the audience who don't know what conspiracies are, the difference between the conspiracy theories and the truth, it's about 6 months to a year.
And weren't they already mentioning this shit about 6 months ago?
Man, they've been talking about Joe Biden for about the last 4 fucking years, bro.
Yeah, they sure have.
About he seems like he's mentally declined
and all that. Yeah. Well, you saw that the cancer was the cancer that he supposedly has right now is so advanced that shit don't come out of nowhere. So that's why it brought even a more of a spotlight on his health, because now they're saying it was stage 4, but it's like a level 8 or 9 fucking tumor or some shit.
Yeah, man.
It's like real late stage.
Yeah.
That shit don't happen overnight.
No, but they think you're dumb enough that you're gonna believe it.
Yeah,
but
that's what they think.
My bad. They think we're their base.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. But anyway, on to my
liberal lunatics, partisan hacks running the country, right? Not Joe Biden. And now it's coming out because even under oath, these individuals are being required to testify, and they're basically saying, yeah, they were using the auto pen, even though they didn't really know if Biden had actually signed off on the final use of the pen, but they use it anyways.
So, a major development in the alleged cover up of Biden's decline, one of Biden's top aides admitted she was authorized to use the auto pen signatures without knowing who in the president's inner circle was giving her final.
So who is running the fucking country, folks? Who the fuck was running the country?
Kamala Harris.
No, I think Hillary Clinton was running the country.
Man, I don't give a fuck.
Because they said one of the top aides supposedly in his shit is like best friends with Hillary. Goes on vacation with her ass.
Man, it was Kamala Harris, bro.
You think Kamala Harris fucking running the country?
Let's see. Kamala Harris was probably the most progressive candidate to ever run for president. Joe Biden was the most progressive candidate, most progressive president in the history of America.
Mm-hmm.
Now, coincidence? I don't think so.
So you think
Joe Biden?
You think they were just getting us ready for her with his fucking presidency?
If Kamala, that's the reason why they was just like Kamala Harris. Why do you think I kept saying Kamala Harris was the most powerful vice president in history in our modern day history? She was more powerful than Dick Cheney. Remember, Kamala Harris sees Joe Biden on the daily. She's next to Joe Biden on a daily basis.
On a daily basis, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So either Kamala Harris, either A, she's that incompetent, or B, she knew it, and so she was just like, shit, I could be president, fuck up, and I won't get the blame.
Ain't that some shit?
But for all the brain dead motherfuckers who was like, no, Kamala Harris, I'm like, all right. I don't know what more you want. Is my background noisy?
Nah, you good, bro.
All right, my bad. But yeah, and it was like Kamala Harris. I was like, the fuck, she wasn't. She was the powerful, one of the most powerful people to never take accountability for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, no one has taken accountability. Pretty much everybody's been saying, we don't know what happened.
Right.
Joe Biden looked good to us. He looked good to you.
But this aide that they talking about it admitted to Congress that she directed auto pen signatures without knowing who gave final approval. She is one of Hillary Clinton's closest friends. Goes on vacation with her.
Who again?
I forgot the lady's name, but it says his top Biden aide admits to Congress she directed. That's the only one that has. That's the only one that has testified, and that's Hillary Clinton's one of Hillary Clinton's really
the
good
secretary, like the secretary example. Every single time Trump has signed something, there was the
secretary. Her name is
Kellyanne
Conway. No, not Kellyanne Conway. No, her name's not Kellyanne Conway. Her name is Hold on, dude. I'm trying to get your name for her. Forgot her fucking name. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, the chick who was always doing who's all like when Trump is about to sign something, there's a chick that tell him exactly what it is, what's he signing, and they would script it and all that shit. Well, you will hear that when it comes to Donald Trump's person, right? So his Joe Biden's secretary is implicated in this shit badly too.
You talking about his press secretary?
Not his press secretary. No, the person who's his secretary. excuse me. Woo, I was thirsty.
Let me
Because
let me put. Yeah.
before he signs anything, right? It has to be presented by his secretary, saying out all that. There's formalities that's supposed to be done. Well, it looks like there was no formalities when it came to Joe Biden.
Right.
Hmm, interesting.
She was authorized to use the auto pen signatures without knowing who in the president's inner circle was giving her final clearance. This, as Joe Biden's former aide, Anthony Bernal, bailed on his scheduled testimony for the congressional investigation. Former counsel to the president, President Trump as well. Fox News contributor Kellyanne Conway joins us now. So, Kellyanne, how does this work? Who gives the order for the signature? It's normally the president, but it doesn't look like that happened.
This is an important story for the American public because the role of staff secretary, which was occupied by Neera Tanden in the Biden White House, that person controls
The person that you just mentioned. You just mentioned
Shit.
that.
Son
And
of
they're
a
talking about
bitch.
the person that you just motherfucking mentioned.
Son of a bitch.
And that's something.
Huh.
paper flow in and out of the Oval Office. So often, Lawrence, when you see President Trump sitting behind the Resolute desk in his second term, you see his staff secretary, Will Scharf, handing him the executive orders and
That's what it
explaining
is.
to
Staff
him
secretary.
and us, since the cameras are on, what the purpose of that executive order is.
And once again, people, Max Powers called it. We have not watched this video. Neither one of us have watched this video. He hadn't seen it. So just to let you know.
Well, I've been saying this. I've been saying this shit for honestly. I've been saying this shit for the past. I was basically like, yo, if they ain't gonna come out and be clean about it, eventually it's going to happen. I'm like, you just can't. I'm like, the man talking about he has stage 4. He looked like he's declining mentally. He looks like he's declining. Fuck it. Many
like
people,
he's dying, nigga.
many people who met him was like, yeah, it's something wrong with him. So how much proof do you need? I've been saying this shit. I was like,
You
yo,
look like he's dying, dog.
I was like, what's gonna happen is Trump is going to try to challenge shit. Then I was like, something's going to happen to where the Biden administration is going to fuck up. And what happened? Biden administration fucked up again.
Yes, they did.
Like, there's has never been an administration that has fucked up so fucking bad to where you literally, like, the Democrat Party as we knew it is basically fucking dead, dude. Like,
I mean, they really are.
bro.
Hey, but didn't this happen with the Republicans, man? About a few. Didn't this happen to the Republicans? They was like, we don't know how the Republican Party is going to recover, and then comes along Donald Trump. Or was that after Donald Trump came along? It was like he's shaking up the whole Republican Party. Didn't that shit happen to the Republicans too?
Well,
It's
see
just in a
what
different way.
No, not really. Not really.
I thought it was right when Obama won his damn presidency, man. Right in that time, there was like, well, the Republican Party's got to has to regroup. They got to rethink some things. I could have sworn they were saying that shit.
Well, it was because they remember the Republican Party. They had a period where they had bad they had bad candidates.
Yeah, it was after Bush.
Like who they
It was
had.
after Bush. Mitt
Like
Romney.
look who they ran. Mick Romney, and
Huckabee and
no, it was Mick Romney. Then it was McCain's ass.
McCain. Yep, McCain ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
went through
so
the same shit. It's just not as it's not it. The Republican Party, when they went through the shit, it was not as bad as it is now for the Democrat Party. This shit is really bad.
well, let me show you how it's worse for the Democrats, right? What the Democrats have done, they have literally lost a generation of men.
Mm-hmm.
The Republican has never lost a generation of men nor women.
Right.
And so the Democrats, they're at a point to where I'll be honest with you, the Democrats, they're at a point of place of no return if they keep fucking up. If the
Well, they're not
Democrats,
listening. They're not listening to the people because why do you got to spend 20 million on a study to find out how to market yourself to men? That alone should tell you that whoever is calling the shots in the DNC, they have no clue.
see, here's the thing. They wasn't spending money on the studies how to market the men. They was trying to they spent money on the studies how to market, how to manipulate men to think the way they think.
Mm. Oh, I got you. And that wasn't gonna work. Not when
What's
they see
gonna work
you coming out.
regardless?
Yeah, and it's too. They see. Well, I say like this: most men see him coming now.
Well, it's
Everything's out in the
that
open now.
they Democrats think you're like they literally think you're like their constituents. No offense to the Democrats, but when it comes to the Democrat voter is if I'm ever in a debate with a Democrat voter, I don't have to do no research. I don't have to do nothing. I know more than they do.
Mm.
And I don't want to be big headed like that, but that is the honest truth. What they do is I will talk about facts and personal. I'll say I will talk about in facts and personal experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Democrats, they will talk about life and out of emotions and the worst outcomes. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like illegal immigration. Think about the kids. All the harm is going to cost those kids, yada, yada, yada. Don't you have any empathy? Instead of, we should deport the kids because eventually, one day, these kids will outbreed us and they will outnumber us and they will replace us like it's already happening to the black community. And if you think I'm bullshitting, um, look at the black population before the 1960. Look at the black population in the 1965s. Now look at the black population now.
Right.
Mexicans have overtook the black population years ago,
Mm-hmm. They have.
and black people thinking like, well, black people really ain't caring. I was like, no, they did that because it was planned.
Hmm.
Like you think they just started now thinking about doing this shit? No, it was planned years ago.
Yes, it
And
has
I
been.
can and I can't blame when I say I can't give all the blame to the Democrats. I got to blame the Republicans too, because the reason why we got all these illegal immigrants is because of the fact of Ronald Reagan. He signed that big ass MXC bill.
The amnesty bill.
Yeah, amnesty bill. My bad. Sorry,
Yeah,
amnesty bill.
I've forgotten all about that.
And so millions of illegal, I think it was millions of Mexicans became citizens under that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's keep this going, man. See what else you're gonna talk about in this video.
For Neera Tanden to testify under oath yesterday that she, quote, had very little interaction with the president of the United States, with the commander in chief, Joe Biden, is just remarkable. And it is derelict of duty because we always say the chief of staff is the people flow,
Right.
but the staff secretary is the paper flow. The staff secretary in President Trump's administrations is so important that they posted a member of the staff secretary's office in the outer oval toward the end of the first term, because the volume and velocity with which President Trump operates necessitates that constant paper flow. What is the role of staff secretary? Neera Tanden's job, Will Scharf's job, is to make sure that everything is vetted. A president has options at his disposal. And to do that, you have to look the president in the eye, make sure they see the options. She's admitting that she wasn't part of the inner circle, that other people were making the decisions, and then the auto pen was all fired up. And Neera Tanden, look, this is somebody who is a hyper-partisan figure. Yeah. They had her pull her Senate-confirmed positions in the first couple months of the Biden term. He gave her one that was non-Senate confirmed because before then, as now, she runs really the heart of the resistance, the Center for American Progress. So this is important because under oath, she admitted that she doesn't know who made those decisions.
But how's the staff?
Yeah. So you see that, you heard that. Okay. So you had Biden staffers making decisions about auto pen without Biden knowing, right? Without knowing if Biden actually signed off on it, right? Sounds to me like Biden wasn't running anything, right? Sounds to me like other people were basically making decisions on behalf of the president, and they knew that he was so mentally incapable of understanding what was going on that it was totally fine, right? And that's what's being revealed. And Biden has now spoken out, right? He did an interview with the New York Times in response to what has come out about this scandal, and he's not making it any better. In fact, he snitched on himself during this interview because essentially he admitted when it came to the pardons and
Sean, do you understand how fucked up this shit is? Though, right?
Yeah, I do.
What's the biggest scandal in American history you could think of?
Watergate.
This is bigger than Watergate.
Yes, I know. I know it's bigger than Watergate. It make Watergate look like a goddamn somebody just tattletaling.
This is how fucked up the mainstream media is. This should be wall to wall, every reported 24/7 on every news channel. This is the biggest corruption story in the history of American politics.
Oh yeah, it is. But you know, left-wing media is not going to be reporting on it. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do it.
This shit is crazy. Your background is noisy, bro.
Oh, okay.
In his final days in office, that he didn't sign off on those either, right? He did not individually sign off on all of the pardons that he put out, right? Some of them were preemptive pardons. He wasn't the final decision maker. It was actually his former chief of staff. And again, that is drawing a lot of questions about whether or not Biden really approved of this stuff. Did he know exactly what was going on, right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and read about it. And then we're going to watch a news report on this interview that Biden did that I think backfired. It definitely did not help him because the whole point of the interview was for him to try to clear his name, but it just made him look more guilty, in my opinion. So let's get into it. Former President Joe Biden's chief of staff issued final approval for multiple high-profile preemptive pardons during Biden's final days in office, according to a new report. Biden's alleged use of the auto pen has become a sticking point for months, as President Donald Trump has said thousands of pardons Biden signed were void and claimed that the former president did not know what documents he was signing through the automated device. Biden issued a series of preemptive pardons on his final day to officials, including former chief medical advisor to the president, Anthony Fauci, and former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, in an attempt to safeguard them from retribution from Trump. Yeah, so I think, again, the idea of a preemptive pardon is kind of ridiculous in the first place, right? It should be void just based on the fact that you shouldn't be able to preemptively pardon people, okay? But, you know, this is what Biden did, and apparently he didn't even sign off on that, which, again, it's insane to think about. In an article intended to be his defense for the auto pen issue, it emerged that although Biden reportedly made the decision in a meeting, Biden's chief of staff, Jeff Zients, is the one who gave final approval for the use of the auto pen, at least in the case of Fauci and Milley, the New York Times reported. Yeah, so basically, Biden allegedly made the decision during a meeting, Now, did he actually make the decision? No, right? AKA his staffers made the decision for him. They told him, hey, Biden, you're going to be okay with these preemptive pardons, right? This is what you're going to do. Okay. And Biden said, okay, right?
Oh,
And then you
yeah,
had
of
a chief of
course.
staff.
You know,
He gave the final approval
better
for use
calf
of the
care.
auto pen, which meant that to me,
Throwing out shout
You,
out suppression.
you know, the better calf care and Chinese AIDS.
Hey man, that means that Fauci's pardon is null and void. Then if all this shit goes through,
Bruh. Liz Cheney's going to jail, y'all. I am not joking. Liz Cheney is going to fucking jail.
you think so, bro?
Nigga, I know so. She tampered with the what is jury tampering.
Well,
That is the fucking
she ain't gone yet, dog.
that is the time she will they won't they mm-mm. She is going to jail. I automatically is knowing that she is going to jail. This shit is automatic. What Sierra say? This beat is automatic, hypnotic, not
Hey, so
funk friend.
you really think she going to jail, dog?
Nigga, I know so. Nigga, you're
I bet
telling
my
me,
life on it.
nigga, I put my left nut on this shit.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You're that sure?
Nigga, what was the point of Liz Cheney getting a pardon then if she never did anything illegal?
Well, yeah, you got a point. Same thing with Hunter
Because
Biden then too, huh?
there was a news story that mainstream media tried to bury, but what's her name? The lady off the View, the chick off the View, she's
Sonny
implicated
Holston.
on this. Not Sunny Holston. It's the white girl with the young white girl, the youngest one, the youngest white girl with
I don't know
the
her name. She's
brown
implicated on
hair,
what?
with Liz Cheney for witness tampering.
No.
Hmm.
Well, you know, Sonny Holston's husband's supposed to be in the RICO case.
Remember, I want you guys to remember that the chick who's on the View worked in the Trump White House.
The one with the brown hair.
One with the brown hair and the beautiful teeth.
Oh, so not Amy Navarro. You talking about the younger chick
Yeah,
with the pretty eyes? She got some
yeah,
pretty
that chick.
eyes. Boy, she got
Her.
some pretty ass eyes.
She literally said this shit live on the View. Literally at Liz Cheney trial, they would play that segment on the View. Annie, her
They
name is
played
Annie
the
Rivaro.
segment. They played the huh?
No, her name's not Annie Rivaro. My bad.
Yeah, I know it's not Amy Navarro. Anna Navarro. It's not Anna Navarro.
But
You
yeah,
talking about the young chick?
yeah, but yeah, that bitch. Lock her ass up, Liz Cheney. You going to jail. You
Mm-hmm.
going to jail.
in my opinion, he could have said no if he wanted to, right? So he signed off on the final approval. He could have said, nah, I don't approve of this, despite Joe Biden reportedly making a decision, right? So again, that's the problem here. Okay, that's the issue. Joe Biden's not giving the final approval on this stuff.
So
It seems as if the decisions are actually coming
you
down
ready for this
to
shit?
What, man?
Everything Joe Biden did under his presidency, anything that is auto pen can be constitutionally known and nulled and void.
Right. You have a point.
Because Kamala Harris is implicated in this shit too, because she should have hit him with the 25th.
She should hit him with the 25th Amendment.
Yes. The whole cabinet is implicated in this shit because they passed agendas. It was just like, well, shit, we're not going to get blamed for it.
Yeah.
Why you think it was a big deal when the USAID and shit? Why you think it was a big deal with all these NGOs?
Well, they found a big NGO or a big fund for the Democrats is going to be implicated in, and they're going to be bringing in front of Congress too. It's called what is it? True Blue or True? What the fuck is the name of that damn funding? I can't remember what that pack name is. But it's a pack. It's going to be is actually going to be pulled in front of Congress for question. Just can't remember the name of them. Let's continue on.
Staffers. On Biden's final day as president, January 19th, Biden had a meeting with his aides until nearly 10 p.m. to talk about various preemptive pardons. The Times reports emails obtained by the Times show that an aide sent a summary draft of the decisions formalized during that meeting to Zeit's assistant at 10:03 p.m. The email the assistant sent to Zeitz and others present in the meeting requesting approval from Zeitz and White House Deputy Chief of Staff Bruce Reed at 10:28 p.m. The Times reported Zeitz replied to all of the emails 3 minutes later. The outlet said, quote, I approve the use of the auto pen for the execution of all of the following pardons, Zeitz said in the email, according to the Times. Wow. Wow. So again, this is not Biden saying I approve the use of the auto pen, right? Which again is supposed to be his signature. His chief of staff is approving it, right? He's saying I approve the use of the auto pen. So again, this guy has the final say on whether or not the auto pen can be used.
Who was running the country?
Wow.
Folks?
He's not even saying that the president gave the final approval, right? Like, for example, he could say the president, Mr. Biden, has given the final approval for use of the auto pen. No, he said I, right? As if he's the president. Wow. I don't.
There's this shadow, like, board of people that I think was running the damn country. And they were speaking through whoever the chief of staff was who gave the approval for auto pen. I think some type of shadow board or something. So if it was just one particular person, if it is one particular person, I'd say I got two guesses: Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton. Other than that, it's some shadow board, man.
No.
The only reason why I say Hillary Clinton is because, like I said, the woman that did testify in front of Congress and said that she had authorization for that shit, she is very close friends with Hillary Clinton. Very close.
I don't know if people thought they were voting for Biden's chief of staff to be president of the United States when they voted for Biden, right? So, again, this is damning. Additionally, the Times report said Biden did not personally approve each name included in the broad categorical pardons. Quote, rather, after extensive discussion of different possible criteria, he signed off on the standards he wanted to be used to determine which convicts would qualify for a reduction in sentence, the Times reported. When asked about the Times report, Trump told reporters at the White House Monday that Biden's alleged use of the auto pen amounted to possibly one of the biggest scandals that we've had in 50 to 100 years. Yeah, I mean, it certainly is a scandal. Again, this is an interview that
I
Biden,
can't think of no
You
scandal that's
telling me
bigger
this
than
dude,
this
this
shit.
dude wrote a blanket? He wrote a blanket criteria list for people to be pardoned, and just said, "Here you go, just sign whoever, as long as they fit these criteria."
Yeah.
Man, he just snitched on himself. Then
They pardoned a Chinese dude who was arrested with hundreds of gigabytes of child pornography.
God, dog,
That's the
bullshit.
amount of child pornography that is multiple life sentences.
That don't make no
Biden
damn sense,
let him
man.
free.
Biden let him free.
Let him free.
What's going on here? Dragon is having fun over there. We'll come back to this, but real close, folks. Our boy Dragon is in Sasua right now, and we're gonna show you exactly what he's doing. That go Dragon, go Dragon. He having fun, man.
This nigga can't dance. Nigga can't dance. God damn it, Dragon.
Oh yeah, yeah, nigga. Hey
This,
man, but yeah,
this
man.
nigga
I'm gonna go.
Dragon dancing like a goddamn somebody's
He is having
controlling
fun,
him.
man.
Yeah, he having fun, man. Somebody
He
controlling
is
the dragon
he's
with
having a
strings.
fucking ball, man. Hey, I'm glad for him, dude. I'm glad for him. Well, back to the video, folks. So once again, this man has snitched on himself. He said he did a freaking blanket criteria list for people to be pardoned. Biden says he made the clemency decisions that were recorded with auto pen. Basically, this. It's like he walked into an office like he was a manager, walked into an office and said, I need y'all to do this, and this. I don't care how you get it accomplished, just get it done. That's what he's saying he did.
Did with the New York Times to try to clear his name, and it certainly didn't help him out, right? He claims that he made every decision, okay, but he really didn't make every decision, okay? His staff made every decision, and he told Biden that you're going to be okay with it. It's not like Biden understood what was going on or why they were issuing certain pardons, right? The only one he understood was probably the one for his son, right? That's the only one that he understood. And even that one, he probably barely understood. Again, the ones for
Well, they had also said that someone asked him about something he signed. And he said, no, I didn't do that. They said, yes, sir, you did. You signed it, so and so, so. He's like, no, I didn't do that.
I think he was talking. Yeah, fuck. Was he talking to Jake Tapper?
I
I'm not
can't
sure
remember
who was
who
he
it
talking
was,
to.
man. I can't remember what the decision was, but it had something to do with I think it had something to do with I can't remember, man. Maybe they'll mention it in this. I don't know, man. But I remember it said something about he was asked about something he signed, and he said, I didn't do that. I don't remember doing that. They said, yes, sir, you did. There's your signature right there. I don't remember doing that.
his family, he was totally understanding of those. But all the other ones, he didn't understand what he was doing. Okay, those decisions were made by other people, and they told Biden that you have to be okay with it, right? In some cases, they probably didn't tell him at all because they didn't feel the need to tell him because he forget 5 minutes later that he said he was okay with it. So without further ado, let's listen to this Fox News.
I mean, that's not hard to imagine. I mean, you're talking about a party that ousted their own candidate, their own presidential candidate, to place somebody in after the fucking caucus was done with. Place somebody they feel they just wanted to appoint to the damn the candidacy. So that doesn't shock me if that's how they were doing it.
Clip. Cover this in more detail.
The New York Times is reporting that former President Biden told them that he had orally granted all the pardons and commutations issued at the end of his term, meaning he did not personally sign the official warrants for clemency. Biden told the Times that he did, in fact, make every single one of the clemency decisions himself, but says that the auto pen was used to sign the warrants since there were a lot of them. Now, according to the Times, Biden called Trump and Republicans liars for saying he was incapacitated and his aides used the auto pen without his authorization. Alicia, I see you're shaking your head. Your response to this?
Well, I have so many responses to this because we're supposed to believe this at this point. It's really hard to swallow that statement there, that he said that he made the decision on, quote, every single one, when we know from so much reporting that there was a limit to his time where people had access to him. So
Grandpa had to be put up for the night. He needed his milk and cookies. Grandpa needed his milk and cookies so he can take his ass to bed so he can have his full 8 hours of rest, y'all. And Trump and this bitch working all kinds of night. Man, I was looking at something today. Trump was talking about, man, the phone call was at 2:30 in the morning. I'm like, God damn. Yeah, this cat be working, dog.
Yeah, that was my only problem with Trump was this nigga. I'm like, yo, can
This
somebody
nigga don't
take
rest,
this?
man.
I was like, yo, can somebody take this nigga phone away from him?
Yeah,
Cause
take his
this
phone.
nigga,
Yeah, his first term, he was real terrible. It ain't like that too much now.
boy,
The
they,
stuff he's saying is not that bad now.
nah,
Did
they
you
ain't
see him
got.
talking today about oh, what was he talking about today, man? That shit was good too, man. He was making a
See,
speech and he went through all the shit that's going on, and it was in accordance. Oh, the NATO deal. Did you hear about the NATO deal?
no.
Okay, so basically, we're gonna give weapons to NATO, and NATO's gonna distribute them to fucking Ukraine. But NATO's paying us for the fucking weapons. Ain't that some shit?
Nigga, NATO never does. Like honestly, NATO was fucking NATO. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh, fuck. So basically, NATO has been fucking us ever since we joined NATO. Like, where's all this money coming from? That like, remember NATO? Where are these the same people say they have money to protect themselves?
I don't know, but I just know that today the deal was done. The deal was done, and NATO is paying us for weapons that they will distribute to Ukraine.
And what happens if NATO do something that's going to over escalate? What
I don't
happens
know, but
then?
at least America can say, "Look, we may have gave them weapons to NATO, but we didn't. We wouldn't. It didn't wasn't directly us did the shit."
You be like,
I mean,
it
if you ask
wasn't
me,
us. It wasn't
if
us.
you think about it, that's the same as the shit that China be saying. China be saying some bullshit, but because of what how they have things set up, you can't really have a plausible denial of what they're saying is totally untrue. There's some sliver of truth, but mostly it's false as fuck. But because they have the ability, like for instance, when they said they weren't okay, so when they said okay, we'll agree to this tariff, this, and this, they weren't letting people know, motherfucker, we gonna use other countries to get the shit into America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, we can say because we using NATO to do it, we can say, well, shit, we didn't give no weapons to Ukraine. We gave weapons to fucking NATO, and NATO distributed that shit to the Ukraine because NATO's not more is more than one country. They had to come to a decision to do that shit. If you really look at it, though, man, I mean that's very technically speaking, but really and truly, we could say that we could be like, well, shit, we didn't do that shit. We're part of NATO, so we gave shit to NATO, and NATO gave that shit to Ukraine. And NATO's paying us, dude. They're fucking paying us, bro. Matter of fact, that shit was so funny. I wish we had time to damn see that shit. He was fucking hilarious today, dude. Max.
Yeah. Uh
All right, folks. Yeah, you getting sleepy, ain't you? I can tell you getting sleepy, ain't
huh. Yeah.
you? Yeah, it sounded like you was going to sleep, dude. Yeah. That's all right. We can cut it for today. We can cut it for today.
I'm sorry, y'all. I am so fucking sorry, yo. I am tired than the motherfucker. I've been on the day shift. I usually work the night shift. My team
But we made a
driver
great
ain't
deal with China. They
here.
had to buy 50.
He ain't here, and so I'm running the day shift. And I ain't gonna lie, this nigga riding me. He riding my ass drive. Pause.
Pause, nigga.
Like,
Pause, nigga.
this nigga talking about the guy I'm supposed to meet in the morning. He was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was like, thank you, Jesus. I'm like,
Oh, I wish I
thank you,
could find this
Jesus.
damn speech, man, that Trump did today. That shit was so cool. Like our
But
damn
I'm
president was cool as fuck today, y'all. He really was.
man, yeah, play the speech, man. Let's
No,
play
I
that.
can't find it, man. I don't know what I did with the shit. Is that the OTC is back?
Huh?
No, I was looking at wrestling. Don't pay no attention to me.
So for all the fans of the 3-Man podcast, some of y'all did not know, but Sean, he is a gay. I'm stop playing.
This nigga here stupid as hell,
He
man.
watch wrestling, so that nigga's gay
Whatever, dog.
because he like watch other niggas. He
Oh,
like
this never
watching.
happened today, man. My bad, man. My bad. What? I got a speech, man.
He
It's
like
go ahead,
this
man.
nigga. Now this nigga Sean like watching shirtless men with a little bit of
All of
baby
them don't have no. All of
oil.
them. Some of them wear shirts.
Like shirtless men, and some of these niggas be in tights, grab one another and wrestle one another like real men would. I'm joking. I'm talking shit. I used to be a big fan of wrestling. And,
So basically,
uh,
this was they had a faith office luncheon where he had some faith leaders and business leaders in the office. And let me tell you something. Our president has, in my years of being an adult and voting for presidents, Donald Trump has mentioned Jesus and God more than any other presidential candidate that I can remember.
yeah,
Has
like
come out of his mouth.
like we had got them Democrats. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Remember during Kamala's the woman was like, praise Jesus, praise God.
You said
And
you was in the wrong damn place.
yeah, I think you at the wrong rally. I was like, God
Mm-hmm.
damn.
Like, dang, they that bold to say that shit just like that.
You at the wrong clean rally.
Mm-hmm. Watch this shit. Now watch this. Some of this. This is a long speech. We're not gonna play it all, y'all. And just drop out when you want to, bruh.
This country, we're going to supply weapons to NATO at a large amount. They're going to deliver the weapons, and they're going to pay for 100% of the weapons. So a little different. A little different. Hi, John. So we're really that's
If you got to see some people, we've been supplying like security and protection to a lot of countries without any fucking reciprocation. It's just here we go. You got fucking free security. Now it's like hell. Like you don't see fucking security details of people like when stars need security, they got to pay a security company or private security, whatever. You
Yeah, I
got
played them
countries.
big bucks.
Yeah, you got countries getting security, dude, and they ain't paying us. And he getting off as being a businessman. He's like, hold on, this ain't right. Why the hell we not getting paid? We should be getting something out of this. And bada boom, bada bing, here you go.
it's a big thing. And we thought we had 4 deals, Howard, right, with Putin. Somehow they end, and we get off the phone. Oh, that was a very nice conversation. And then he sends missiles into buildings someplace. I said, what was that all about? So anyway, so we're going to be doing that with NATO, and it's fully approved, fully done. We'll send them a lot of weapons of all kinds, and they're going to deliver those weapons immediately to the.
So you know what this means, right? So like if so we've been giving all these weapons to NATO. If motherfucking Ukraine starts winning, my nigga, and they fucking defeat fucking Russia, it's like we didn't have a hand in it. We just gave fucking weapons. NATO did that shit. We didn't do none of that shit. That should be funny as fuck.
Site to the site of the war, different sites of the war, and they're going to pay for 100% of them. This all was made possible by going from 2 to 5% a month ago when I went there. So, yeah. And those countries, those European countries, and I said, look, we have an ocean. It's not fair that we did, because under the Biden administration, we paid about 3.5 times more than they did. We were in for 350 billion. Got nothing for it. We were in for 350 and they were in for 100. So which really meant one thing, because you have great business leaders here. It meant very simply that they were better negotiators than our president was. But so this is a very important thing. And hopefully that will come to an end at the end of 50 days if we don't have a deal, then we're going to have to do. We have no choice but to do secondary tariffs. You call it secondary tariffs, which are pretty tough, which we don't want to have to do. But let's see what happens. But we thought we had a deal. Numerous times, I'd get home, I'd say, First Lady, I had the most wonderful talk with Vladimir. I think we're finished. And then I'll turn on the television, or she'll say to me one time, wow, that's strange because they just bombed a nursing home. I said, what? So we don't like.
Our president is humorous.
That nigga funny.
He is funny, dude.
Like that. But I want to thank you all for being here and welcome
He dropped
to
a
the
few
first
funny
ever
little
White House
tidbits
Summit of
during his
Faith and
speech.
Business Leaders. You're really some of the greatest business leaders in the country. When I looked at some of the names, I said, whoa, that's big stuff we have here today. In fact, before I was president, I would have been very intimidated, but now I'm president, so I don't have to be. But today we celebrate the core values that built this country: freedom, hard work, risk-taking, and above all, trust in Almighty God. You're very much into God in this room, and that's very nice. You're
See, mention God.
business leaders who believe strongly. We have some business leaders that don't believe strongly, and somehow you and I don't like them as much. But I want to thank Pastor Paula White. She's been my friend for a long time. And John for convening this incredible group. Her husband's one of the most talented musicians in the world. Stand up, John. Stand up. Okay. I stole a couple of his songs for the rallies, and he never sued me, so I was very happy. But we all come.
Hey, this dude's a trip. Max, you still with us, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I know you. Just send me a message when you about to log off, bro.
I'm from the same place, right? So it was great, and we appreciate it, John. Thanks as well to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who's doing a fantastic job. He goes on television and he calms the market. I go on television, I rile the market, and I say, we better send him in there, Howard, right? And the market's become so calm and nice. So you're doing a good job, Scott. Thank you very much. You make any deals today? We got a lot of them, boy, I tell you, we have. But the best deal is just sending out the paper. They keep saying, well, he hasn't made the deal. Oh, we made a number of deals, but why isn't he doing deals? Because the paper is better than any deal we can make. Do you understand? The people in this, Kevin, they asked you that question this morning. You were great this morning, but they said, well, when is he going to start making deals? The next time we could say, just no, every time he sends out a document that you have to pay 35% or 25% or 50%, or in one case, 100%. Those deals, you can't beat those deals, but we're still willing to talk. And they all, literally every country wants to make a deal. We're in a good position. You would call it a position of strength. I don't talk that way because I'm a politician now, unfortunately. And I don't want to talk about strength. I just want to say we have to be treated fairly because we.
Hey, this dude is funny, man.
Yeah, man.
This dude's funny, dog.
We were ripped off on trade and the military for, we protected other nations. Nobody paid us. Nobody did anything for us. Nobody helped us. And that's much different. NATO's a much different situation now. When I got in, I believe we were paying for 100% of NATO. And now they're paying, they went from 2%, but they were paying 1% to 5% that they're paying. That's a big difference. It's about $1 trillion difference. And they're wealthy, for the most part, wealthy countries. And some of them they're among the most powerful, among the wealthiest countries in the world. So they're going to start paying, and they want to pay. And we had a great meeting about 1 month ago that set the stage for what happened here. But it's very important. So I want to thank Scott for being here. I want to thank Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. You are doing a good job, Howard. Am I right when I say I really don't want deals? I just want the paper to get sent? Right? It's true. I don't know if this is on television. Yeah, it's always on television. SBA administrator and a great person, cabinet member, a friend of mine for a long time, Kelly Loeffler. Kelly, you're doing great. She's small business, right? She only does small business. But when you add it all up, it's the biggest bank in the world by a factor of about 10, right? She's doing a great job. And director of the White House Faith Office, Jenny Korn, who's also amazing. Thanks, Jenny. From the earliest days of our republic, the steady compass of faith has guided the strong hands of American workers, builders, and entrepreneurs like really no other. Our country was founded by pilgrims and believers, and every generation since, Americans of faith have built our communities and forged new industries and enriched our country by millions and millions of people and ways. John D. Rockefeller, J.C. Penney, Charles Goodyear, Truett Cathy, and frankly, we have people I could name right in this room sitting here that their names are every bit as big as that. They were inspired by their love of God, and now the proud tradition continues with all of you. And this group reminds us, as a nation that prays is a nation that prospers. And you see that I think one of the reasons we went so bad is they really wanted to take God and religion out of your lives. And there was nobody to, look up to. There was just nobody. It was, we were freewheeling, and we can't freewheel. Now we have to bring religion back into the country, and we're starting to do that, I think, at a very high level.
You hear that, folks?
Well, Paula, a very, very high level. You see churches are starting to fill up again. Under the Trump administration, America is prospering and America is winning like never before. Our country is back. So I was in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and then a month ago we were in Europe with all of the NATO countries, European countries, and plus Canada. And almost everyone said almost the exact same words. They said, 1 year ago, your country was dead. Terrible term, but that's what it is. Your country was dead. We thought it was finished. And now you've got the hottest country anywhere in the world. It's true. Is the hottest country. Did you see they found $25 billion of essentially profits last night? They said, where did it come from? It came from management, but it came from tariffs. And it came from, good business skill. And I've always made money. Now I'm making it for you people. I've had.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and end this.
What do
telecast
you mean by
good.
you people?
We're gonna end it here, folks. But we like
I'm
to
sorry,
thank you
y'all.
for the night, man. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. As you can see, man, we got a NATO deal now, and they're gonna be paying us. So that's a good thing, man. But yo, y'all take it easy. Hopefully, we'll have a report by Dragon when he gets back to where he want to get on the podcast because he's having fun. He's going to be reporting on not only crypto, but ways and the process of how you can open a checking account in the Dominican Republic, being an American citizen. So we'll have that for y'all on another day. Y'all take it easy. We are out.
Y'all the Mongo.